Welcome to the Final Hour podcast, coming to you from the original Living Word Christian Center out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. My name is Jim Hammond.
I'm Linnea Farrell.
I'm John Gapp.
So, obviously we have
I'm back.
Linnea back.
Yep. It's hard to get on that plane back to Minnesota.
I bet. Although, I mean, this is the time of year to be in Minnesota.
Why? It rained the whole time I was gone. I
Not
literally
the whole time.
Every time I checked the weather app or my emails, I would get your sprinkler system is not going off today because of rain. And I thought, you know what? I left at the right time.
I don't know. You were in where you were at in California. It's probably dry, isn't it?
It's perfect. Every day is like 75 and sunny.
Besides the fact there's a tsunami headed there.
there is a tsunami.
Boy. Is that in the news?
No, it's not. I mean, I was just going to talk about it because I read about it. But
anyways, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back, Linnea.
Thanks. It's great to be back.
Did you enjoy your vacation?
Yes, I loved it.
Didn't you put together like 21 pieces of furniture?
I did.
Wow.
21 pieces of furniture. Why don't you name it all off real fast?
Oh, my gosh.
We should just have you open a store called
You know what was the most frustrating?
Linnea's Assembled Furnitures.
I'm really good at putting things together.
Yeah.
I almost thought of starting a YouTube channel where you put things together because they don't give very good directions. And the people who put it together online, it's horrible.
That's a great idea.
I know. I literally thought I could do this
I also
better.
am good at that.
We should do it together, John.
Nice.
Jim, you can be just sitting
I'll
there
be the
watching.
narrator.
You can read us the directions.
Yes.
In Finnish.
Yeah.
We changed the whole point of the podcast.
This will be a different podcast.
Yeah.
We call it what do we call it? Putting together furniture podcast?
No, we...
Click,
Jim,
clack,
we have
seat
some-
back.
We can think of a good title.
I can barely put together a bookshelf.
Have you ever put the bookshelves together that
I
you
have.
ordered?
Well, the ones I have.
Oh, okay.
Instructions
That's
not
good.
included.
Yeah, but it was great. Honestly, I used to think to myself, like, I could never stay at home. I could never not work. And after being there, I was like, what was I saying for like the last 25 years? I could totally live this life.
How far did you hike a day, Linnea? In your estimation?
How many miles did I hike?
Any
Probably
idea?
like 5 miles.
5 miles a day?
Yeah.
How long?
Were my hikes?
Yeah.
Like 3.5 to 4 hours.
3.5, 4 hour hikes? One a day?
I did one hike a day.
And then
I went to the ocean sometimes. The ocean's like a 10-minute drive.
And then you put together furniture for your son and daughter's
apartment
out there while they're in college.
Yeah,
like beds, tables, side tables, kitchen tables, coffee tables.
Everything.
21 pieces.
21
After
pieces
this,
is a lot.
now you just sublet it as a furnished apartment.
I know, but the problem is you put something together that you order from, because it was Amazon Prime Days. That was a win.
Nice.
But I put this whole bed together, and when I was done, I was like, oh my gosh, it doesn't work. And I had to take it all down, and I had to bring it back to the store, and I had to be nice to the people, because it's not the UPS workers' fault that it doesn't work. So I was like working on my attitude with that, because that happened 2 times to me, where you put something together for an hour, and then you got to take it down and then reorder the piece. Every day.
Ooh.
Every day.
Like
I even brought some home
time.
and I froze it, and it's so good. I was going to bring it
Liz
back.
was going to send me with a fresh loaf of sourdough.
Really?
Yeah.
Aw. Well, okay, I ate sourdough every day. It was really good.
Well,
in
if
other
you're here
news,
tomorrow, maybe you'll have some more.
But let me tell you, that was the first time since like the only time I took like time off was when my first son was born. I took 2 weeks of maternity leave. Otherwise, I never took any time off. And I was like, this is nice. Everybody should do it.
If you would have had your kids in this day and age, you would get 6 months off automatically.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
Or 3 months or whatever it is.
I got nothing.
Yeah, and your husband, I think, gets 60 days or something, right?
2 weeks.
They get more than that. I thought it was a state law. The husband's
not here at Living Word.
No, but
what did you get?
It's 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
Twice.
Yeah. What did you do?
I made sure to go.
Got up a lot and changed babies.
I'd be like, please leave. I just want to be at the house by myself.
Made sure to go to work immediately. But
oh yeah, speaking of, I did see the podcast where Jim actually did admit that babies are harder than puppies. And I thought, of course, he did that when I was gone, so I couldn't argue. But I'm just glad you finally realized how hard babies are.
We have a final hour podcast Israel trip coming February 2nd through the 13th.
Yeah, we do.
You moved on real smooth.
And we are going
Slick.
to witness the Gog Magog Ezekiel 38 and 39 war.
We'll see about that.
I was gonna make a comment, but I'm gonna let it go.
What?
We had to cancel 2 other tours because of a war over in Israel.
Yeah, but it wasn't the Gog Magog.
No.
It was
We're
just-
gonna.
It wasn't
It was
a
just
biblical
the
war.
normal.
It was a proxy
It was
war.
just a
It was
proxy
a proxy. We don't go to those guys. We only go to real wars.
And I'm saying, this is February 2nd and through the 13th, 2026. Check it out.
You have 6 months.
The amazing Jeremiah has, I'm sure he puts it up there like he does.
He does. Yeah,
Thank you
and
so
we have
much,
a lady
Jerry.
from Florida. Her name is Gwen. We've been emailing
Gwen.
back and forth for a long time. She's coming. She's so excited because she gets to meet us.
Nice.
I know. That's cool.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Tom's coming. I saw Tom at church.
Yes, Tom's coming.
So
Lots of cool people.
one thing, please do subscribe, okay? Wherever you are, and whatever platform you're on, whether if it's Apple, Spotify, Rumble, Facebook, YouTube, and it really helps us. It even helps us if you write a 5-star review and send it out.
Yes.
It really does help us. We do have one thing we have to. Jeremiah is so important to us that he has got to go to youth camp with the church next week.
Yeah.
Bless him.
And not because he has to, he's part of the staff,
Yeah.
The technical staff there. And so next week's podcast will not be downloading until August 9th. All right? August 9th instead of the 8th. Next Saturday instead of Friday.
Aren't you a camp counselor?
He is. He's
Oh
a lot
my.
of guys. He
Well,
wears
I'll be praying
lots
for
of
you.
hats. That's why he has lots of hair, so he can wear lots of hats. Yeah.
Good for you.
Good genetics.
I'm going to believe you wear a hat too much. It's going to cause you to lose some hair.
There is a theory out there. My boys stopped wearing hats all the time because of that theory. They saw it too many times with their friends.
Yes. So, we have a guy wrote in. It's an incredible breakthrough moment at the 5 Hour Podcast.
Amazing.
His name is Zach S. Said he is a platinum member of John Gapp's fan club.
Oh.
John Gapp's fan club is no longer anonymous. So we're going to make him the
I'm
president.
so happy.
You okay
That-
with making him
I
the
said,
president?
John,
You should be able
I
to
said-
choose your
Yes,
own president.
absolutely. 100%.
But, so Zach is the president
Zach S4 president.
he doesn't even have to run. And I tell you what, and we're going to challenge all the anonymous fan club people that have written in that want to be in John's fan club.
Are there people?
No, but
that
that's beside the point.
And they remained anonymous when they
we're
wrote in.
challenging you. We're challenging you to reveal your identities. Just on the.
I know.
obviously-
The other day I said,
It's
John,
just me
we
with
have
all my different
No,
Google
I said,
accounts.
John, we have a fan club announcement for you. You said, what fan club? And I was like, yeah, that's right.
So
So, Zach, way to go, Zach.
thank you. He's
Zach.
long time listener. I never knew that he was one of the anonymous ones.
I knew.
So, picking up where we left off and talking about the book of Daniel,
Yep.
there was no other prophet like Daniel. You'll see. We're going through Daniel 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Even though we've already done a podcast on 11, we're going to do another one. Daniel pinpoints the rise of the Antichrist, the location of the Antichrist empire, so many other things. And he is so exact in his statements that many scholars that I would call yahoos. I mean, do you know what a yahoo is?
No, please explain it to us.
I don't know. I don't know what a yahoo is. But
Someone
they're
who's
Someone who
not
doesn't
that
agree.
grounded in reality.
the same thing as a doofus. These yahoo scholars felt that Daniel did not write the book, and this is why they felt this.
Yehu sounds very Yiddish.
They were speaking of the first 34 verses of chapter 11, which we'll get back to, which cover anything that happened between the Old and New Testament writings. Those 300 years, whatever it
The
is.
years
We
of
got to look up the
silence.
exact number of years at some point.
It's about 400.
I used to know. I think it's less.
What
Really
do we
do.
What do we need to look up?
The exact number of years
From
between
the last.
from the Old Testament, between the Old Testament and New Testament. And so we're talking about the first 34 verses in Daniel 11 as they relate to the land of Israel. Not today, but what I'm telling you is these
Approximately
verses
400.
are so accurate that the Yehu scholars felt that there's no way anyone could have written this before the fact. That they had to have been written after the fact to be this accurate. But we know the Holy Spirit moved on them.
Yeah.
How do we know that? 2 Peter 1:21. For the prophecy came not in old time by the will of man, but holy men of God spake as they were moved by the Holy Ghost. That's King James. And as you can see, Daniel is writing concerning coming empires pertaining to Israel, or many times how these empires relate to Israel. And, even though America is not mentioned in the Bible,
Specifically.
although many scholars believe Ezekiel 38:13, and talking about the Ezekiel 38 war, the Magog War, the reason you guys are going to Israel to see the war. Sheba, Dedan, the merchants of Tarshish, with all the young lions thereof, shall say unto thee, art thou come to take a spoil? This is after Russia and all these other countries have surrounded Israel. Hast thou gathered thy company to take a prey? Could that be the natural gas? Could that be the oil that they're going to find in the Golan Heights? Yep. To carry away silver and gold, to take away cattle and goods, and take away great spoil. Some scholars believe young lions. Well, who's the young lions? Well, England is a lion, right? They've always been symbolized by a lion.
Right.
Yeah, I believe it's on their flag.
Yep,
Or used to be on their flag.
You could also say America, with its connection to Israel, could be also young lions of Israel, too.
Yes, and so that people believe that that's us asking that question, but we don't help them.
We don't, yeah.
And so we're not in position to help them.
Right.
But a lot of scholars say that's not us. We're going to have to find out when we get to heaven if that's America or not. That's the only place you're going to find us.
Yep.
If that is us. I would say America is more involved in the Middle East than any other country right now in the world outside of the Middle East.
Yeah.
The center of attention is going to focus more and more on the Middle East as we move forward even more. And this is what Daniel talks about. Adam and Eve, Garden of Eden, civilization began in the Euphrates Valley. Mm-hmm. And according to the Bible, it's going to end in the Euphrates Valley. Time Magazine and Newsweek wrote years and years ago. We're writing that Israel was even preparing drawings of the new temple that will be built on the Dome of the Rock.
Yeah.
Well, they have the cornerstones. Like they have the red heifers to cleanse that temple. Yep. They have the cornerstones. John and I were just watching a podcast of the guy building the cornerstones for the new temple, for the third temple.
He has a quarry. He has an educated stonemason that is a master stonemason. So yeah,
and you can see the cornerstones of the third temple. They've already got them ready. Remember we did a whole podcast on Daniel chapter 2. It was just a kind of just so you got to keep hearing stuff to get it in you. Remember the statue? Nebuchadnezzar had the dream of the statue. Mm-hmm. Let's just give you a reminder. I know the hardcore Final Hour podcast viewers and listeners know this, so here it is again. Daniel 2, 31 through 35. And the king Nebuchadnezzar has Daniel interpret his dream. This is Daniel 2. O king, sawest a great image, this great image whose brightness was excellent, stood before thee. The form thereof was terrible. The image's head was of fine gold, his breast and his arms of silver, his belly, his thighs of brass, his legs of iron, his feet part of iron and part of clay. Thou sawest till that stone was cut without hands, which smote the image upon the feet that were of iron and clay and broke it to pieces. Then was the iron and clay, the brass, the silver, the gold broken to pieces and became like the chaff of the summer threshing floors, and the wind carried them away, that no place was found for them. And the stone that smote the image became a great mountain and filled the whole earth. And this is not what we're doing today, but I'm referring to you an earlier podcast that we did not long ago, number 162. Wow, that was only 16 ago. The rise of a revitalized Roman Empire. Oh, are you sure that that's the one?
Jim.
Okay.
He fished
4
for
months
you.
ago.
Here's the fish.
Yeah.
You're, and so we have this statue, right? That I'm hoping, I'm not asking too much of Jeremiah here, but bam, he can magically make that appear.
Have you guys seen what Jerry does?
Magically.
He doesn't agree with that. Jim tried so hard last week.
Magically. And so I mean.
But have you seen what Jeremiah does
Still
if you don't watch it on YouTube or on a video? There's like streaming news on the bottom. It looks like Fox News.
This guy's legit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very impressive, Jerry.
He
eats
and leaves no crumbs.
And
How we never won Best Christian Podcast of the Year.
People are making plays
No crumbs,
throughout the
Jerry.
ministry for Jerry.
We had him first.
So we
people.
didn't have him first, but we took him.
I had him first.
Yeah, you did.
We took him early because this is what he wants to do.
He's great. He's gifted at it.
So
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
I just read to you about this statue, which is huge. The head of gold is the Babylonian Empire, 605 BC. And that's who Daniel was addressing, the king of the Babylonian Empire, Nebuchadnezzar, saying, "This is your dream, O king. The breast and arms of silver," if you want to know more, go back to 162. That's the Medo-Persian Empire, showed up 539 BC. So Daniel's making this call, over 60 years earlier from it even happening.
Yep.
The belly and the thighs of brass on the statue, Daniel indicates, is the Grecian Empire. These are all in order before they even get there.
Yeah.
Shows up in 331 BC. The legs of iron, the Roman Empire, 168 BC. Okay? And the Romans came in there, after the Old Testament had already run its course. They slowly took it away from the Greeks. The Greeks declined, obviously, after Alexander died. The feet and toes of iron and clay are what we know that is coming. We know to be the European Union. That's called the revised Roman Empire because they are within the borders of the old Roman Empire. And we'll run across that scripture, actually, of where this comes from eventually. And this little Daniel series we're doing, the stone that crushes that last empire is the kingdom of heaven come down to earth and Jesus ruling the earth in millennium. So that's chapter 2. We don't need to go over that again. But interestingly enough, the 7th chapter of Daniel is similar to the vision in chapter 2. It's almost like God trying to say, pay attention.
Yeah.
But we get more information in chapter 7 than we got from the statue. And so this is a vision that Daniel has himself in Daniel 7.
Yeah.
And God gives more information in chapter 7 about these empires that was given in chapter 2 in regard to Nebuchadnezzar's dream. And you'll see that he has another vision in chapter 8 that gives us even more information than we got in chapter 7. It's like God is just trying to pound this stuff in.
Yeah.
Nebuchadnezzar's dream was a statue, but here is in Daniel's vision, in chapter 7, you've got 4 beasts. These empires are represented by these ferocious beasts in Daniel's vision of chapter 7, which I sincerely believe are the spirits behind these empires.
I was trying to move my chair. I don't know.
Not everybody agrees with that, by the way. Not everybody agrees. This is how God sees these empires. Sometimes Daniel 7 through 12 are called the second book of Daniel. Daniel's a 12th chapter. And that's primarily what we're looking at over the next however long it takes.
Yeah.
I want you to see how amazing this book is prophetically. You will see that chapters 7 through 12 are mainly dealing with prophecies of the fourth beast, which we will get to next week, the fourth beast in Daniel's vision. And so it pertains to the latter days. So picking up in Daniel 7, verses 3 and 4, 4 great beasts in his vision come up from the sea. The sea is an idiom for people.
Out of the nations, really.
Yeah. And diverse from one another. Boom, they pop up out of the sea. The first was like a lion and had eagle's wings. I beheld till the wings thereof were plucked. That's Nebuchadnezzar. And it was lifted up from the earth and made to stand upon the feet as a man, and a man's heart was given to it. And I read that one commentator said this vision took place 3 years before the lion's den episode. Interesting, huh?
Yeah.
So
It is interesting.
Daniel 7:2, I saw in my vision by night, and behold, the 4 winds of heaven strove upon the great sea. One scholar says the 4 winds of heaven refers to wars, strife, and judgment. Then we just read in verses 3 and 4, bam, the 4 beasts come out of the sea. And so you can visualize it as literal winds blowing upon the Mediterranean Sea. You know, is that Daniel 7:2, 3, 4. But the winds, if you look at it in the Hebrew, is the same word you use for the Spirit. Okay? And so the Jewish Tanakh says these were the 4 scriptural forces that correspond to the 4 kingdoms in the statue in chapter 2.
Yeah.
Right? It seems as if all commentators and the Jewish Tanakh agree that the phrase strove upon the great sea refers to large numbers of people. It's an idiom for people in the world. Again, Daniel 7:3, 4 great beasts came up from the sea, diverse from one another. The 4 great beasts represent the 4 kingdoms. Okay? One commentator I read believes that the beast we're about to look at, 2 of them today, are the fallen angels behind these kingdoms. And I believe that. I really believe that. And we're going to put it together with Revelation and what the demon looks like that's behind the Antichrist. It's amazing. It's the 4 beasts combined.
Yeah.
It's these 4 beasts combined, mostly the leopard, which we'll get into next
It's like
week.
a megazord.
Yeah, and, I'm not saying that that's what it is, that these are the demonic...
I was
Did I miss something there?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
A megazord.
a megazord.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
John's making up animals.
I'm
It's not.
It's been made up for me.
By who? Your son?
Power Rangers.
Oh my gosh.
Because they had
Which color Power Ranger did you like?
They have 5 different big beast machines, and they assemble together into the Megazord.
Yeah, and so John, me and John were talking, and John's playing with my dog in the office, and he's making all these sounds.
Yeah.
And it reminded me of when my son was growing up, and you were constantly making sounds. With my son, it was lightsabers and Star Wars stuff. And I thought, this is what John's doing. He's
All day long.
He's doing the sounds thing, right? Playing with his son.
Well, who is your favorite Power Ranger?
I don't care.
Oh.
I mean,
I like the Red Ranger, but I think he went crazy and killed somebody and is in jail. Yeah.
well,
in real life.
the
in
story
real life.
is after that, there's like 13, 14 other Power Ranger teams that happen.
Yeah.
I only know this because Jake liked Power Rangers when he was
It was around when we were kids.
Yeah. The first movie I took a girl to was Power Rangers.
Really?
How
'Cause
romantic.
It was it was not romantic.
Huh.
Yeah.
I wish I could remember the first movie. I can't. I remember being in the movie, but I can't remember the movie. And so, Daniel 7:4.
Other things were on your mind. That's what you're saying.
Popcorn.
Oh, okay.
Popcorn.
All right. Get this. This very time.
Yeah.
We're down in the third row, packed
Oh, third row is rough.
movie theater. It was the only
Yeah,
place we
hurt
had to
your
sit. And I really liked this girl.
Mm-hmm.
I was in 10th grade,
Okay.
and so I could drive.
Yeah.
And so packed theater, go and sit down. During the ads, I went out to get popcorn and all that. I was on the end of the row. She was one seat in. Every seat is taken. Every seat except I'd forgotten what row I was in, so I'm coming back with my hands full.
Yeah.
And I sit down, and I sit down on the end seat, what I thought was my seat, and I look over, and there's another girl looking at me. I missed the row by one.
Oh, no.
Because whoever was in the row on the end in front of me in the second row was up getting food or whatever they were doing.
These were back in the day before assigned seats happened at the movie theater.
Yeah,
exactly.
And literally before I even looked at her, I'm eating my popcorn. I'm trying to organize everything. You know, we didn't have the cup holders in the 80s.
Yeah, you got it
And I
situated.
finally look over.
Who the heck are you?
I thought, where did she go? Why is there a different girl? But then, the girl I was with was one row back.
Watching this happen.
But everyone in the theater saw this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm sure not everybody.
Oh, but it felt like it.
Listen.
But it felt like it.
Listen, in Brainerd, there's a circular movie theater.
Really?
Oh.
Yes, where
Weird.
all the chairs, all I can explain is there's a big open space in the middle at the Brainerd movie theater where to get to your row, you have to walk in front of everyone.
That's really weird.
It's a crazy
That's
theater.
rough.
It was my daughter's birthday, like maybe 9th grade. And
So it's like still there.
she had, the theater's still there. She had like 8 little girls up, or, ninth graders.
Ninth graders.
That, and one of the things was I took them to the movie. And I always get a giant buttered popcorn.
Obviously.
Who doesn't?
And a large blue icy.
Right.
Maybe 2 blue ices. And
Preaching to the choir.
I am in the middle. I'm walking through the middle to get across to my chair. And I know it's hard to picture like a round, you got to see it,
that is
right?
interesting.
And it's the only time I ever saw the theater. I tripped and fell on my stomach in front of 200 people, and the popcorn went all across the floor. The whole place erupts laughing.
Man.
And there's nothing I could
There's
do. but
nothing
just
you
get
could
up and
do.
Go to
You're
the,
just like,
go to,
yep.
go to the
You
seat.
didn't go refill your popcorn bag?
I think I did.
Okay,
I think I did.
definitely would
I
have.
think I did.
I
But
definitely.
I'm
You're like,
sure
I'm
I did.
having.
Right, but I left
am
it there.
having some
and it was like the
popcorn.
popcorn is in the middle. It just is still there, like a big pile of popcorn.
To this day.
Yeah, to this day, it's still there. They left it there. But Daniel 7:4, the first was
rough.
like a lion and had eagle's wings. I beheld till the wings thereof were plucked. It was lifted from the earth, made to stand upon the feet as a man, and a man's heart was given to it. We're going to show you this lion. It's amazing. And if we can't show you the lion, then you can get the link. But I'm pretty sure that we can get this pic to Jerry.
All right, Google the beasts in Daniel.
It's
Find their Facebook pages.
I've shown you guys this.
Not the Fantastic Beasts.
The
No.
first, if you, I did a series, Daniel 1 through 12. It took 19 weeks, where we went through every verse in Daniel. We're in the first teaching we gave of it's called the Last Days of Fallen Earth series. We touched on this, but I want to go a little deeper into it, and in the same, and just kind of pound it in, so you never forget it. I mean, take a look at this, the lion with the wings. This represents the Babylonian Empire. Now, remember the lion, it represents Babylon. The eagle's wings represent the rapid pace with which the Babylonian Empire ascended. The wings being plucked are referring to Daniel 4:25 and 26. That's when Nebuchadnezzar goes insane, and he thought he was an animal for 7 years by how they held the empire together. And that's well, he's out there, wild.
That is wild.
And so...
You mean the king that thought he was the bird?
A donkey
Yeah,
or
no,
a beast.
Yeah, he thought he was like a
why do I think he thought he was a bird?
cow.
Yeah, because he was
No, he
grazing.
grew long nails.
Yeah,
He was
okay, that's why I
grazing.
thought he was.
Yeah. But Then you have Daniel 4:26. You know, this is what it's referring to. Standing up upon his feet as a man with a man's heart refers to Nebuchadnezzar not only regaining his sanity. You need to read chapter 4 for this, but a new heart was given to him. And the last time you hear from Nebuchadnezzar, this is why no one believes me.
Yeah.
He sends a decree out over all his kingdom, which was a huge kingdom, proclaiming Jehovah as the true God.
Yep.
Wow.
And you know what? Nebuchadnezzar's going to be in heaven.
I think so too.
That's the last we hear from him.
Right.
We have all the people.
He got a new heart. It said that.
We're going to have all the people we see, you know, that we can see going to heaven. And you guys are all going to run to Peter and John and Paul. I'm going to see Nebuchadnezzar. I'm going to see Darius from the lion's den.
Yeah.
And I'm going to see Cyrus the Great. Cyrus the Great is the first one to release the Jews back to Jerusalem after Nebuchadnezzar brought them all up, you know. And so then I'm going to go looking for Adam.
Leave Adam alone.
If they let me into his compound. I'm sure it's
we
well
should all
guarded.
go looking for Eve, not Adam.
No, it's Adam.
Well, she's the one who got him to eat the apple. And
He
I
shoulda-
was going to make a comment.
So he just stood
Have
there.
you,
He was standing there the whole time.
You know the men who get like smitten with women and they just do whatever the guy. You've seen them at the mall, right? Like they ask them to go do something and they're whipped and they go
They're
do
just
it.
in love.
Okay, well,
You don't like that, huh?
I was gonna say something, but
What? Say
no,
it.
I can't.
It's
Just
bad?
be a man.
Be a man?
man,
What's
Adam.
wrong with being a
Man.
man?
I'm just saying.
What's wrong
he
with being
could-
a man?
I didn't be a man, is what I said. Like you should have
Like
said
change
no.
a tire?
Well, if you can,
Change
if you
the
can,
oil?
that's not what I'm saying. Be a man. I'm saying like, as that man, you should be the head of the house and like understand
It's
everything.
his fault.
Right, I know.
She wasn't
but
well enough informed on the serpent.
Yeah.
She didn't even have her facts straight. Right? If we eat the fruit, we'll surely die. Right?
See,
That's not what she was told. All right. If that's Adam, not exactly what she was told. She wasn't even informed by Adam. Typical man not
Don't you think
communicating.
God-
Right? And
God
and
didn't
I mean, it
tell her?
feels right.
and the whole time Adam's standing there watching her eating the fruit. But I tell you what, Adam could have let her be judged and not eating the fruit. You know why he ate the fruit? Because out of loyalty to Eve. He knew what was coming. He knew what was coming. Adam ate the fruit out of loyalty to Eve because he did not want her banished by herself. I guarantee you.
But you don't think God told him? I mean, he came after they ate the fruit and said, "Where are you? Why are you hiding?" So
Yeah.
you don't think that God explained to Eve what's going to happen if you eat this
No.
fruit?
No, I
He
think
only
he
said it
explained
to
to
Adam.
I really do. Matter of fact,
I'm going to find Eve in heaven and ask her what happened.
Eve.
I want to ask her,
It's Adam's fault.
but I want to ask her if she knew.
If she knew what?
If God told her.
She did not know.
Okay.
She didn't even have the facts right, Linnea.
I've heard that
Okay,
the
you want to
devil-
look this up right now?
No, I don't want to argue.
Let's give her what she says to the serpent. She isn't even accurate when the serpent tempts her, like of what happens if she eats
Right.
it, is what I'm saying. So obviously she's misinformed.
But this is
I
my-
don't think
this-
God's going to misinform her.
But this is my
Right.
only thing out of everybody in the Bible. Everything has always been, this is the law. This is how it is. This is what happens to you if that happens. And then she's the only one who doesn't understand that.
Okay. God said, "Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die." The serpent said unto the woman, "Ye shall surely not die. For God both know that in the days ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good from evil." When the woman saw that the tree was good for food, that it was pleasant to the eyes, and that this is a picture of the law right here. I'm just telling you. And to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof and did eat, and gave also unto her husband. He's standing there the whole time, didn't do a thing, and their eyes were opened, and they were condemned. They were ashamed. They were everything. And so, anyways, you touch it, you shall surely die. They die, Linnea?
But he meant spiritual,
Yeah, but
to be cut off from God.
that's not what she was saying.
Yeah.
She's talking about physical death if you look in the Hebrew. She didn't even know.
Which
right?
death it meant.
Really what this dream and visions are that Daniel has is another form of the statue with these creatures. Well, you guys are smiling back and forth. Did you catch that in all the camera angles?
Yeah, there's 5 of them now, guys. Okay,
Jerry, it's because
you'll catch anything. I feel like a criminal.
What are you talking about?
Ding, ding,
Like
ding,
5
ding,
cameras. Think if they had 5 cameras outside Epstein's cell, we wouldn't be questioning anything right now.
Well, there was 1 minute that.
Nope, I actually
lost.
read something that said the FBI and the Department of Justice have that extra minute. They're just not releasing it to people. Saw that this morning.
Why?
Why anything?
Why?
It's almost like God's confirming it again, showing what it looks like in the spirit, giving us more information. So if you contrast Nebuchadnezzar's dream in chapter 2, and he sees the 4 empires in his dream as this glorious, majestic statue. They're all in order, and the kingdom of the Messiah is a mountain stone that grows. You've got Daniel seeing these kingdoms as wild beasts. And he possibly seeing the spirits behind those kingdoms, what they look like. That's what I believe. What they look like, the principalities. And so Daniel 7:5, behold, another beast, a second, like a bear, raised up itself on one side. It had 3 ribs in its mouth. Hopefully we can give you this picture.
He subtly dropped that a few times, Jerry.
Well,
so I
no,
hope you
because
got it.
it's. I know Jerry's having trouble getting hold of the pictures, right?
Did you get access yet?
Jerry, you paying attention at all?
What?
Let's, oh,
Wow, look at that.
all right. Did
Where
you
was
get
that?
access? Okay, because Jerry
If not, I can drop you them myself.
dropped them to you.
Drop you them. Drop them to you, yes.
Okay,
Drop them
Look.
to you.
Still jet lagging.
Daniel 7:5 from California.
It's 2 hours
Okay,
behind.
okay.
I've been awake at 5 o'clock every day. That's really 3 a.m. there.
It had 3 ribs in the mouth of it. The bear did, and he's getting up off one side, and they said, "Thus unto thee, arise, devour much flesh." So this is what Daniel sees: this bear come out of the sea, with the lion with the wings, and we'll cover these 2 today. A bear is much more ponderous than a lion. Okay, so you see the image of the bear. Do you see the image of the statue? If
For
you
those
don't,
listening,
if you don't, we'll have it in the more section. Okay, guess what the image of the bear is on the statue? The breastplate of silver. The Persians moved slow, but they were strong. The Persian king Xerxes, all right, this is disputed, boasted of an army of 2.5 million men, which is really large even by today's standards.
Absolutely. Have you ever? Do you watch like the 300 movies?
Yes.
I felt like that was such an incredible depiction of the way that army moved.
I'll tell you what, if the 300 doesn't happen, Thermopylae,
Yeah,
we may be living
Right.
as Muslims today.
absolutely.
I'm telling you.
Yeah,
I mean, that's one of the most important things in history.
it's crazy.
What happened at Thermopylae Pass? But the Xerxes has this army of 2.5 million men.
Mm-hmm.
It took the Persians a long time to do anything because their armies were so
To
big.
move that many people.
Can you imagine what it's like when he marched? Many scholars think it was 2.5 million men. Others believe this is 300,000. Still,
Right.
huge armies
Right.
for the day. 300,000. It took them to Greece. It took 4 to 6 months for those armies to get to Greece, to attack Greece across the desert. 2.5 million men or 300,000, whatever it was, across the Aegean Sea. That's where you had a famous Battle of Marathon, where it said that approximately 50,000 Athenians from Athens defeated Xerxes at Marathon.
Those Athenians, they finally
trapped
held up their end.
The chances were so low.
Yeah.
300,000 against 20,000. But how do you what if it was 2.5 million? How do you defeat that big of an army? It's one of the most famous battles ever fought. Again,
Bottleneck them.
Greeks lose that.
Right.
We're worshiping Allah. We're in a
where
sure
at least
God would have gotten the
some
gospel
sort
out.
of something.
God would have gotten the gospel out, but we would be in a Muslim world. All right. You could say and you can say, oh, the Persians weren't Muslim. Well, guess what? Where is that? What's going on over there today? Most of that world is Muslim in the Middle East. You could say the Greek tactics were incredible because they'd spent centuries fighting each other. From centuries of fighting each other, they had incredible armor. The helmets they were light, 3 pounds, perfectly made. From centuries, they had helmets. They chose where the fight happened. It was in a little valley where the Persian cavalry couldn't get around their sides, so they had to fight the Greeks straight up, just one on one. The massive Persian army was not able to engulf them from the sides. They were not able to use their horses. Horses don't charge spears. So they faced them straight on, the Greeks behind their armor with long spears called a phalanx, really long. Alexander actually used a version of these spears. And they just mowed them down, straight up mowed them down. This is before Alexander the Great. The Persians came back 10 years later, before Alexander the Great. The Greeks beat them again. This time, a couple places. They actually burned Athens to the ground, but the Greeks destroyed their navy, the Persian navy.
Yeah.
And
which took the legs out of under them.
It was over.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, this isn't just a history lesson, but just to prepare a food train.
Yeah, that to me, that's
for an army of 300,000, much less a million.
Logistics is crazy.
Water in the desert.
They're like conquering other nations just to fund their food.
Yeah.
For the army.
But the great thing about the Persians is because they were so strong.
Yeah.
They had such large armies. Cyrus the Great would just show up with his army, and you would look at it for miles. And, just showing up with an army that big, a lot of times they didn't even have to fight.
Okay.
They didn't even have to fight.
The white flag with camera.
Turn them into a vassal and give us your money, pay your money, your tribute on a regular basis, and everybody's okay.
What a time to be alive.
That's why we've got the bear. The Persians are represented by the bear in Daniel's vision. And notice it said it raised itself up on one side, means that the strength of the Persians ultimately was greater than the Medes. Because the Persians conquered with the Medes in the beginning. Remember, it's called the Medo-Persian Empire. By the end, it was just the Persian Empire. So
they got rid of the Medes.
Can we look at the image of the bear one more time? See the 3 ribs in its mouth? Most commentators, if not all, believe the 3 ribs symbolizes the Persians' conquest of Babylon, Lydia, and Egypt, which was their first 3 big victories. The 3 ribs. Think about this. Because these dreams and visions that Daniel had of these animals representing these kingdoms were before the handwriting on the wall. Chapter 5.
That's crazy. Think about that. A hand just starts writing on the wall.
That is the night the Babylonians fell to the Persians. It was the night of the hand. It's in the Bible. Isn't that wild? That history is in the Bible. And the handwriting on the wall from chapter 5, they found it. The archaeologists found, they're digging in a cavern that's been underground by 100 feet for thousands of years, and they come across this cavern. Oh, this was some type of palace. And they found those exact words that are in the Bible written on the wall. In other words, God made sure that was found.
Right. Crazy.
There's that kind of stuff that backs up the book of Daniel.
Yeah.
And going to just the next segment here before the news, End Times Made Easy by Joseph Morris. There's no bad news for the Christian.
Amen.
And within that book, he's an end times expert. He's got 75 signs, right, that we are in the end. that Jesus is coming back soon. I think he's up to 86 now.
That's a lot.
This is his. Go to his end of days update. It's like a 7 to 10 minute update once a week, and he gives those signs all the time, and he's giving you everything. He's purely focused on the end time signs. And I think I've heard him recently. Yeah, he's up to 86 or 89 signs. I love the example he gives. This is why the signs are so important.
Yeah.
This is right out of End Times Made Easy. He says, I'm quoting Joe Morris, page 27 of chapter 4. He says, the signs this far, look.
Read it.
Duh.
I was like, come on.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I'm just going to read you straight out of the book, right?
Straight
And
out.
so, can you remember a time when you were driving down a freeway and felt like you were starving? Suddenly you see a McDonald's billboard that says hot and juicy burgers 8 miles straight ahead. Oh, whatever. You don't like McDonald's?
No.
I love McDonald's. I mean, I try to stay away from it.
Did you see the lady who left the McDonald's burger in a box for since the 70s and it didn't change? But you eat McDonald's.
Yes, I do. I eat Big Macs.
Well, with JFK Jr., we can maybe all eat McDonald's again.
Well, if they start using beef tallow,
they're supposed to.
Listen, I probably eat McDonald's. Actually, I really messed up the last year. And this year, I've probably eaten McDonald's 9 times, which is terrible. I usually, so far, I mean, since
I'm not
January,
condemning you for eating McDonald's.
I mean, usually I probably do McDonald's maybe 4 times a year, just because I love the filet fishes and Big Macs.
We opt for, we go Culver's instead of McDonald's.
I love Culver's.
So,
but gosh, if you order a Culver's fish sandwich, you're going to sit there for a long time. Long time.
Gosh. Suddenly, thanks, Linnea.
I've got some complaints
Suddenly
about that.
you see a McDonald's billboard. You're driving down the road. You've been driving to Tennessee. You're only 7 hours in, right, from Minnesota. Hot and juicy burgers, 8 miles straight ahead. The next sign says 7 miles. The next sign says 4 miles. The next sign says 2 miles. Joe Morris says, let me ask, as you see sign after sign, do you think, man, I'm never going to get my burger? No, your mouth begins to water as you move towards your Big Mac and filet of fish. Because the signs keep you alerted that your filet of fish is coming soon. The signs those signs are intentional.
It's coming.
Put there to guide you and fire up your taste buds.
So these signs should just encourage you. Is that what you're trying to go for right now?
He goes on to say, Joe Morris, Jesus has given us signs that show us he's coming soon. We will look at 75 plus signs that alert us to Jesus coming soon. You may already be aware of some of these signs.
He's coming back soon.
And just a quick rundown. In the last however many weeks, we've gone through Israel becoming a nation, Jerusalem being won back, revival of the Roman Empire, of the Hebrew language restored, Ethiopia Jews being brought back, fertility of the land, the economic prosperity of Israel, the rebuilding of the temple, the reestablishment of the Temple Mount, foxes on the Temple Mount Institute preparing for temple worship, ritual baths filling up with water at the Temple Mount. These are all signs.
Crazy.
That's what we've done. We've done 12 so far. This week, numbers 13 and 14, all right? 13 and 14 is the anointing oil. It's a special oil that was found by Israeli archaeologists in 1989. This is the oil I'm talking about. Exodus 30:25. Thou shalt make it an oil of holy ointment, an ointment compound after the art of the apothecary, and it shall be a holy anointing oil. Psalm 133:2. It is like the precious ointment poured on the head that ran down on the beard, even the beard of Aaron, the first high priest, that came down upon the collar and the skirts of his garments, consecrating the whole body. See, this was a special oil. And, this oil we're talking about, it was made such a special way. And over time, after all the destruction of the temples, the dispersing of the Jews all over the place, they lost how to make this oil.
Yeah. Right.
And in 89, these archaeologists searching the caves over by the Dead Sea where they found the scrolls. And you'll be up in those hills.
You get to see those hills. You get to see the caves.
You'll be in En-Gedi.
We didn't go in the caves. I don't think we can go in the caves.
No. But you'll be in the area, the general area.
You look at them.
No, we didn't go in the caves there.
But did you guys take the En-Gedi hike?
Yeah.
There's a
no, because somebody died. So
yeah, there was a
7-mile En-Gedi hike.
We couldn't do it because someone died.
We could only go so far.
Oh, the 7
there
mile.
Was
you know what? You know what you should do? You should have one group take the short hike, right? And then let whoever wants to take the 7-mile hike take it.
But the hike
when
was
you go
closed.
The hike, yeah.
I'm saying.
We'll say
okay.
this next time.
If it's open, I don't know if they're open.
Magog thing.
Guy said they weren't sure if they were going to reopen the big hike because tourists don't understand like preservation areas.
Yeah.
So they do stupid things that like ruin it and cause death.
Right.
But we will definitely do it if we're there.
Probably Americans.
I'm sure.
And in 1980, you know, Americans have a bad name around the world.
They do dumb things.
Yeah, they do. They go to other countries. I learned this from Indonesia. Going over there. However, whatever it was, and how you don't change them to your culture, right? Mm-hmm. When you go over there to win disciples, to convert Muslims,
right,
is what you're doing. Mm-hmm. And they just get such a bad name, because that's a whole nother subject. But in 1989. They're searching these caves, and you'll be up in those hills, and they discovered a 2,000-year-old jug of this oil. Mm. This oil, when they would make it, it would smell amazing. And it's the same oil, come to find out, that they used to anoint the Israeli kings and the priests. And it will anoint Jesus after he comes at Armageddon, takes control. He will be anointing. There will be an anointing ceremony, like an official.
Absolutely.
We know he's already anointed.
Right.
But for the world to see, he will be anointed as a king over the world. And the substance inside the jug was verified to be the oil in the psalm that we just read, Psalm 133.
That's cool.
The Israeli scientists tested it and learned the exact ingredients described in the book of Leviticus.
Wow.
It was in the same location. The Dead Scrolls Seas.
We saw that area.
The Dead Sea Scrolls.
Yeah.
This oil, it's an oil they're going to have it because the world's going to see Jesus being anointed. This is after Armageddon.
Yep.
Right. And so that's the 13th sign, the anointing oil being found
when he touches down on the Mount of Olives.
And we talked to you a lot about a year and a half.
You think God's going to perform that ceremony?
I was gonna try. I was asking the question in my brain: who is going to be the anointing person?
The anointer?
Yeah.
Like Simba.
Would it be? Is it going to have to be
Say that again, Linnea?
a Levite?
Said like Simba. Like Rafiki did it to Simba.
He did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The monkey?
Yep.
Yeah. That's how it starts. He's anointed. Bing, you're the new king.
I don't remember that.
It's true. She's right.
So that was my son's favorite movie when he was 2. But really, for the first 2 years...
You were maybe napping at that time. You like put movies on and you hold your kid and
put him in a high
fall
chair.
Asleep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You do all sorts of things.
And so really, for the first 2 years of the podcast, all we talked to you about was the World Economic Forum. What do they want? What are they pushing for? What are they trying to get?
Yeah.
What's their goal?
Right.
What is the world moving towards at a rapid pace? Whether if it's through the World Health Organization,
right,
and everybody paying credence with that treaty that Trump took us out of, by the way.
Praise Jesus.
However it happens, the Bible alludes to a single world government existing under the Antichrist. All right? How do we know? Daniel 7:24. As for the 10 horns, out of this kingdom, the 10 kings shall rise, and another shall arise after them, and he shall be different from the former ones, and he shall subdue it and put down 3 kings. This is the Antichrist taking over the revised Roman Empire, the European Union. He conquers it, whether if it's through deceit or armies. Revelation 17, 12, and 13. 10 horns that you observed are 10 rulers who have yet received no royal dominion as of yet, but together they receive power and authority, and they rule for an hour. Okay, so that's not a literal hour. That's a different amount of time, right? Along with the beast.
Yeah.
That's the Antichrist.
Maybe the 1 hour is the 7 years.
They have one common policy. They deliver their power and authority to the beast, the Antichrist. This is all one world government.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we are heading there. We are heading there. And so those are your two signs, 13 and 14. We're going to stick with this, the signs.
Yeah.
I don't care how long it takes.
The signs.
Well, 89 signs.
No, 75 in the book. Since the book came
So
out,
we got 61.
he's got 11 more.
Oh.
You didn't catch that, I think.
No, I heard you. I
did,
thought they were all in the book. No, I listened to every word.
Well, he says 75 plus.
He did say
Does
something.
he?
Yeah.
Good for Joe.
Joseph Morris.
Yeah, he's been on the podcast a few times.
Easy. Yeah.
Great guy. Speaks the living word. Is he coming back this year?
Oh, yeah.
September?
Is it?
No, not September.
Is it October?
When did he come this year? Last year?
I thought it was.
January?
Oh, maybe.
January?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right
Or
after
February?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
early in the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was really cold when he came, and he was so tan.
He's always tan.
All right.
It's from mowing his lawn.
Yeah, he did say that.
Yeah.
He lives in Texas.
It probably takes him like 4 hours. Ugh, that's a long time to mow a yard.
It's a lot of time to carve out of the day.
It is, but
That's why if I had something that size, it'd be every 3 weeks.
you could hire somebody.
That sounds great.
Yeah. Okay.
Here's Linnea with the news, finally.
So a Biden-appointed judge. Remember how the Trump administration in the big beautiful bill, they defunded Medicaid, right?
Mm-hmm.
They took away $880 billion. That was
It took
going
some
towards
funding
Medicaid.
around to Medicaid.
Well, it was $880 billion.
Yeah.
But this judge who was appointed by the Biden administration, shocker, effectively defunded Planned Parenthood from being blocked. So Planned Parenthood can still get, what did they say? $800,000 each Planned Parenthood clinic can get up to $800,000 a year from Medicaid. They said it's a political view that you said we're defunding Planned Parenthood because we do more than just abortions here. We actually prevent unintended pregnancies, so you can't take all of our funding away. So they found a workaround.
Yeah, but that's not over. That's one.
Right,
judge.
they're
It's gonna go.
blocking it.
It's gonna go all the way.
Right.
It's gonna go up to another level.
I know, but I'm just saying we have to pray for this stuff because
Yes.
they're obviously
Yes.
fighting against
Yes,
not being able to
they're
perform
trying to
abortion.
keep
Right.
Planned Parenthood, which is a awful,
Demonic.
possessed by the
one of
devil
the-
organization.
One of the biggest ones in Houston's being shut down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, the big beautiful bill took took all that funding away.
Yep.
Yeah.
Most of it.
Yeah.
And so you've got the George Soros liberal activist judges
Yep.
doing what they're being paid
What
to
they
do.
got put in position to do.
Yeah, and it'll go to another court, but it is something to pray for.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like all the news today is like things we can pray against. Because, ICE has arrested over 200 criminal alien child sex offenders in the last 6 months. Okay, in Houston, Texas, just in Houston, Texas, under the Trump administration. So in June, they prosecuted over 3,000 illegals. That's a record high. But you have the left people, so people like the Star Tribune. Did you see that article that they wrote
Yeah.
about the illegal alien lady who her license expired? She ends up killing 2 teenage kids in a car crash. And the Star Tribune, the Trump administration is obviously coming to deport this person. The Star Tribune writes up a whole article about how the Trump administration is illegally trying to remove this, and they wording of her killing these innocent children.
Yeah.
Like a driver whose license expired was possibly under the influence of alcohol. Trump's deporting them out of the state. Or out of the country, right? So then you have everybody mad about it. So they said why? So Minnesota Alpha News is like,
Right.
The White House now is saying, why are newspapers, progressive newspapers like the Star Tribune, New York Times, Washington Post, all continuing to do propaganda against removing illegal aliens that are causing and doing criminal activities in the States. Why are you fighting to remove them?
Right.
I don't know if you saw it. I think it was J.D. Vance or Stephen Miller. He's like, why don't you guys go talk to the parents of the people, the victims' families who got killed or murdered by these illegal immigrants?
Please.
Why are you fighting against it? You guys are just doing this for clicks and for like controversy. Do you really care? Like that this person took someone's life, like Riley. What was the name? The girl who
Riley. Lincoln.
Yes.
Lincoln Riley.
Lincoln Riley. Her.
Lincoln. Yeah.
In Georgia.
Yes.
Well, I mean, but it's killing them to do that because it doesn't help them.
No.
I mean, because I think most of the population wants those people out of here.
They do want the people out of it. So it's like, why are places like CNN, and the people that live around my daughter, they were like complaining about Trump one day and talking about how they can't even watch the news because it's so disgusting and despicable.
In the woke college, Western college.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, these people don't like it. So I would listen to like Megyn Kelly or Charlie Kirk while I was outside, like, doing things really, really loud. And I thought, oh, I bet these people are so bothered, but I don't care. Why are you mad about Trump actually helping the economy and fixing the United States? Like getting rid of lawlessness and ridiculous things. But okay, 442 child illegal alien sponsors have been arrested. Remember when the Biden regime allowed 350,000 children, unaccompanied minors, to go to like sponsors' houses? Well, Stephen Miller found out that it's actually upwards of like 450,000 illegal alien children entered into the U.S. without adult supervision.
That's insane.
The Trump administration has found 130,000 of those people, but they've arrested 442 illegal sponsors that were supposedly family members of these people that weren't family members.
Yeah.
And then you had, I don't know if you guys saw this, but the Biden administration, so there was a phone number that these kids were given to when they came over.
Yep.
And said, hey, call this number. We'll help place you with somebody. So the Trump administration, remember we talked about, it was a couple episodes ago, I don't know when, how when Biden came into position, he cut off all the funding for this and like basically fired those people from the jobs that were helping. Because Jim was talking about with the Troy Brewer stuff when we were talking about all that child sex trafficking.
Right.
It all has to do together. So the Biden administration, they had 65,000 missed calls where they didn't even like call the children back, answer the phone, nothing, when these kids were trying to get a hold of the government to help place them in safe houses. 65.
That's because the sex traffickers were coming for them.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like the fact that that was what, 2020? Like that's when it started. So you're talking like 5 years later and they're still trying to look for 450,000 plus missing children. That should make anybody mad.
Yeah.
Like, I already talked about that. It is sick.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, what a sick country, huh?
It is. And I know
that you've got still, they found 130,000. So you still got 320,000.
You guys, kids,
children that have been ferreted out into the sex trade. That's what that administration did. Oh, here's a number to call.
And then nothing. Or like, hey, here's this number. Like, here you're meeting this person and you got to lie and say it's whoever because it's sad. I can't even think about it. It makes me so mad. Speaking of making me so mad, I know you guys talked about the Feta guy, the Somalian guy who's running for.
Oh, yeah.
For mayor.
It's our Mamdani. This is Mamdani, Minneapolis Mamdani 2.0.
Speaking of Mamdani, did you see that he got married and he went to Uganda to have his like private wedding ceremony with all the like millionaires and billionaires, and he had private security. And so like
no, not just private security. He had Ugandan special forces guarding his
compound. And this is the guy who wants to get rid of the police and have social workers be put in place.
Always.
And I was on the airplane.
Rules for thee, not for me.
And I heard a lady whose daughter is a social worker in somewhere in California. She was talking, and she's like, they defunded they cut the police force down in this area. So my daughter is literally talking to a crazy man on the phone who's trying to murder his wife and like try and talk sense into that. They're like, the person in that moment isn't going to talk sense. So she's like, her daughter now wants to get out of. I was just like listening to people.
Wait, I'm losing.
I was on the airplane. And this lady was talking to somebody next to her. She was obviously a conservative.
Linnea was eavesdropping.
I do eavesdrop. I'm a very good eavesdropper.
Good ears.
And
Linnea has good ears.
And this lady was explaining how her daughter is a social worker in California. And in the county she lives in, they reduced the police force because they're trying to defund the police here.
Defund the
And
police.
her daughter now is a social worker, so she has to like start taking phone calls from the police station. They forward them to them. Domestic abuses because they're saying it's a mental health issue, not a police issue.
Yeah, this isn't a police issue.
And she's like, you cannot talk sense into a man who's holding a gun to his wife's head and be like, hey, calm down. This is what we're going to do.
Breaths.
This is what Mom Donnie wants to do.
Yes.
Take a breath.
Yes.
If there's a crime being taken, he's going to send a social worker in.
Like
and try to talk him out of it.
So ridiculous. So ridiculous. And I was listening to Jack Hibbs and Amir Safadi, and they were talking and they're saying like how the Somalians, like what are the people, the Palestinians, all these people, you guys, they hold like conferences that are called end time conferences for their religion because they believe like the end time is coming and they need to convert people to their religions, which made me think, which Amir does a phenomenal job explaining why you have all the pushes in Texas, Minnesota, I think Michigan and somewhere else.
Yeah.
California. Colorado.
Yeah, all these places for the Somalian population to overtake it or whatever, whoever you want to enter into that name. But I saw this on David Harris Jr. He came here when we had, what was that big?
The Flashpoint.
Yes, he came here with Flashpoint. He had a video showing the U.S. Bank Stadium. It was overtaken by Somalians. They were holding a prayer to Allah during their EID prayer event. So this is like the end of Ramadan. It's like one of their like big feasts. They exchange gifts. They do this prayer at the U.S. Bank Stadium.
Yep. Probably gave it to him for free.
I'm sure they did give it to him for free, which made me think all these things. And then you had John Hoffman, the senator in Brooklyn Park, who got shot at a couple weeks ago. I don't remember when that was.
He got shot, but he's recovering.
And he's recovering. And his first statement that he made, he was endorsing the
FETA.
Yes, he was endorsing the FETA.
That's the guy running for mayor for Minneapolis, Mom Donnie 2.0.
Yes.
2.0.
And I'm just sitting
Minnesota
there
Mom
thinking,
Donnie.
like, we have to be praying against this stuff.
Yep.
I know we say it all the time.
Aren't we the only city in the United States, Minneapolis, that plays the Muslim prayers every day now?
Yeah, we pray
multiple
it like 5
times
a day. Yeah,
5 times a day you can hear.
It's the call to prayer.
In Minneapolis, you can hear the Muslim call to prayer. Right? I mean, wow. What does that tell you? Thanks, Governor Walz.
I know. It's crazy. Timmy. And then I know
calling him Chinese Timmy.
I know. He's actually getting like looked at into for a lot of stuff right now.
He is.
But
It is. You're not hearing much right now.
No.
But it's happening.
It is happening. And then you have all the Somalians in that like the food scam.
Yep.
And there was another scam that happened with this, the housing scam, the food scam, the COVID scam.
And they're
And
there's lots of money going in inappropriate places.
Yeah. And then you have the tsunami, which like we're talking about signs and like there'll be things happening. The earth will be showing labor pains. Yeah, the earthquake in Russia was like an 8.5 earthquake. It happened on July 20th. And so now they're just seeing the results over on the West Coast, Hawaii, Alaska. Oprah had to open her private road in her town so that people could evacuate in Hawaii to get to a safe place faster because...
But it was... she was not letting them use it for quite a while until she got some social media
backlash.
Pressure.
And then she opened up her private road. How nice.
Yeah, that didn't get burned down. She's one of the,
Speaking of, did you see that in the California wildfires, did you talk about this?
We did not talk about...
So the Palisades... A beautiful area.
Yep.
Governor.
That's the area that burned, right?
Yeah.
Yes, one of them. It was like Malibu Palisades and something else.
Yeah, the Palisades.
But the Palisades area specifically has now been granted.
Oh, yes.
Jurisdiction that the government can buy the land for a low price then allow it to be for
build up the low income housing. Yep.
So these people, mind you, I've heard countless stories. They still have to pay their mortgage. They still have to pay their property taxes, but the government can come in and lowball, I guess would it kind of be called eminent domain?
Yeah. Claiming eminent domain.
And take their property and then build low-income housing.
Interesting. And that's what everybody was saying when it was happening.
Because then they control you.
And it's more or less the 15-minute cities or the green cities, the blue cities, whatever you want to call it.
So, like, you can say conspiracy, but it all funnels into place and you see the puzzle pieces. But I read that and I was like, of course.
Well, and that's what they were all saying. They're like, just let us start doing the rebuild. And Trump was saying, if you won't let them clean up and you want to do your 6 month cleanup process, and by the time you get to it, where are people supposed to live? Where
people are still living in hotels. They weren't allowed to go to their houses and do their own demolition.
Everybody's we see what's going on, and they're almost powerless.
Yet the Californians keep electing that doofus out there. So they're the ones.
I heard Kamala might be running.
Yeah,
because Gavin might be going for president.
Wouldn't you like it if just California just became their own thing? I mean, do they give us anything besides good scenery, good hikes?
It is beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, what do they give us? I mean,
they have great food.
What?
They have a lot of produce they produce too.
What's GDP?
Gross domestic product.
Oh, okay. I was like,
anyways,
I'm really tired. I am.
Yeah.
It's been a stressful last 2 days with airplanes.
Last week, I couldn't.
Really?
Yeah, there was a lot of drama around my son coming home. His flight, he had to fly for the first time by himself coming home, right? And then my daughter's friend was here and she lives in California. She had to fly back and her flight got canceled. So that was at 3 a.m. yesterday. All this stuff is happening. I have to try and figure it all out.
Well, I'm really sorry to hear that, Linnea.
It's okay. I'm here.
Last week, I couldn't figure out what D&I stood for.
Yeah,
we were on the podcast.
I
was like,
and you're like,
D&I, National Department of National Defense.
I did hear you guys you got it eventually.
I don't know if I did. I think I just said D&I.
Chelsea Galbert?
Yeah,
her title.
Yeah, Tulsi's title. I was like, the D&I secretary. What does that stand for?
Domestic national advisor of something.
Intelligence.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you can look it up. We'll have it in the more
the
section.
DNI.
The Defense National Intelligence?
Department of National Intelligence.
Yeah, that department. Why would she be?
Something like that.
Intelligence.
Oh, she's great.
Yes.
Go Tulsi.
And so think about that Israel trip. Please do subscribe. Thank you so much for tuning in. And
Thanks, Zach.
We hope to see you. We hope,
Zach. Shout
finally.
out.
And we are challenging the other anonymous ones to make yourself
be anonymous.
Yes. To make yourself unanonymous.
Yeah.
Tell us who you are.
Unanimously.
John needs some love.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. We'll see you next week.